Most people right now are doing the exact same thing. They're waiting. They're waiting for the Bank of Canada to cut rates or for a crash. But while everyone is paralyzed by the headlines, a massive mathematical gap has opened up in the city of Toronto. Today, I'm showing you how the latest March 2026 statistics prove that the window for the deal of the decade is actually closing faster than you think. Let's look at the numbers for the city of Toronto specifically, not the broader GTA. In March 2026, we saw 1,913 sales in the city versus 1908 the same time last year. On the surface, it does look flat. But here's what the headlines are missing. The new listings in this city are actually down by 17.4% year over year. Think about that. Sales are holding steady, but the inventory tap is being turned off. If the trend continues, this will result in prices flattening out and then increasing down the line. In the real estate industry, we use the term SNLR, which stands for Sales to New Listings Ratio. It is your power meter. If it's over 60%, sellers are in charge. Under 40%, you, the buyer, have all the leverage. Right now, the city of Toronto is sitting at 34.9%. Overall, in this city, we are in a buyer's market territory. As a buyer, you have the power to ask for home inspections and financing conditions, things that were impossible a few years ago. The average City of Toronto price went up from February of 2026 to March 2026, which is expected as a normal spring market trend. Not every home type is behaving the same. If you're looking for a detached home in the 416, the average price is at 1.61 million. While that's down from the peak, sales for detached homes are finding their footing because supply is so restricted. The condo market is where the real pain is for sellers and the opportunity for you as a buyer. With prices down nearly 10% year over year, this is the segment where you can negotiate the hardest. If you are a first-time buyer, this is your entry point. Now, let's talk about the gap. Buyers understandably focus on interest rates. They see 4.5% and they hesitate, which historically is normal interest rates. What happened in 2020 to early 2022 was abnormal and created the real estate appreciation that was never supposed to happen. But let's look at the math. If you wait for rates to drop by 1%, competition comes back. In Toronto, a 1% drop in rates approximately increases the purchase power by 10%. Lower interest rates bring back more competition. Here's the opportunity gap. Buy today with conditions and negotiate, or wait for lower rates and lower prices, and then you get into bidding wars and no conditions. The gap is the loss by waiting for lower prices and interest rates. Now, I know the fear. You're worried about what happens if you buy and the market will drop another 5%. But the reality is, and I've always said this, when you're buying a home, you should buy with a minimum time frame of 7 years in that specific property. Now, sure, things can change, life happens, and you might have to sell earlier or consider keeping it as a rental, but the time frame should be at least 7 years to give you time to build equity, let the house appreciate, and recover all the closing costs that you paid for at the time of purchase. But let's take a look at the months of inventory for the city. We're currently sitting between 3 to 5 months, which is considered to be a balanced territory. We aren't in a free fall. The detached and semi-detached markets are stabilizing, whereas the condo markets will continue to experience further decline this year. If you're selling your home with a 34.9 sales to new listings ratio, buyers are picky. You can't price based on 2021 or 2022 prices. Here's your 3-point rule. First, lead the market. Price based on the last comparable sale and terminated listings the past 30 days. Second, the 40-day clock. Average days on market in the city of Toronto is now 47. Do not panic after 10 or 14 days. Third, condition is king. Buyers will use a $5,000 repair to negotiate a $10,000 discount. Fix it up front before putting up your listing up on the market. The 90-day forecast. So where are we going? The spring market will be defined by quality over quantity. The properties that are not 9 or 10 out of 10 will take longer to sell, but well-priced homes in desirable pockets in the 416 are already seeing multiple offers. Now, there are two elephants in the room that could change everything, which are the free trade negotiations upcoming this July and the geopolitical events with direct impact on oil prices and inflation. The numbers don't lie, but they don't tell your specific story. Your neighborhood might be behaving differently than the city average. If you want to discuss your specific situation, reach out via the link in the description below. And if you're not sure if you should buy a house this year or wait, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.